broke to rich in a year. I really wanted to make this video for all of my subscribers out there who have lost hope on their dreams, their passions, and anything that has to do with an unconventional way of living. It is therapeutic to myself to really share with you guys my journey so that whatever I plan on doing from this point forward, which is hopefully a lot, that you guys kind of know where I came from. And this is a more inside look into my life before YouTube and during YouTube. So let's get into it. A lot of you guys have been asking for my financial journey and how I make money and how I was able to move out. And it would be really weird to discuss these things without discussing YouTube, considering that is the only reason why I have the life I live. About 2 years ago, me and Alex sat on my bed at my parents' house and we were writing down all of our dreams. One of them was to live in this apartment. Another one was to have 2 dogs, to have a new car, to make a certain amount of money every month. And it's scary to think that I've actually reached all those goals in a year. And I think that the biggest thing that I want you guys to take away from this video is that I always knew that I would. And I believe that that was definitely what got me here, because I believed in myself so much, especially when no one else did. I started YouTube when I graduated high school in 2015. That year, I decided, okay, it's time for me to start a YouTube channel. It's been my dream for years. I have watched so many YouTubers over the years just achieve all of their dreams and goals, and I knew that that's where I wanted to be. And I started my YouTube channel, I believe in October or November of 2015. When I started my YouTube channel, I was doing makeup tutorials, I was doing hair reviews, things that I thought would get me success. I did not want to work as many of the other jobs that are out there. I'm very stubborn, and I know that that's maybe a bad thing, but I do believe that all the things that I'm very stubborn about has helped me get to where I am, so I don't regret any of it. I quit my job when I started college, which was in September of that same year, and I was in college and I was becoming a YouTuber. Those were my 2 things. And then I quit my job and I told my mom, I want to quit my job so I can focus on school, but in reality, I wanted to focus on YouTube. So this is my planner where I used to write down my subscriber count, and I want to show you guys kind of what I was recording. So I literally recorded any time that I grew, literally. So this is what it looks like, look. So on February 25th of 2015, I had 69 subscribers. And then all the way down to October 3rd, it's almost a year, I had 629 subscribers. Very appreciative, trust me, I was like so excited. Now let's go to the next February, so February 26th. I had 1,223 subscribers. I swore up and down I was gonna have at least 100,000 subscribers in a year. That just shows how delusional I was. So on March 2nd of 2018, so I started growing in 2019, like the following year in January. March 2nd, I had 6,070 subscribers. And then on June 23rd, I had 7,842. I was so excited to almost reach 10,000 subscribers. I don't even know if I ever wrote past that day. I'm looking. That's my last recording of subscriber count in this notebook. After about a year on YouTube with little to no growth, everyone was asking me, what's your plan? What are you doing? I dropped out of college. I actually enrolled in cosmetology school. I didn't want to work as a cosmetologist. I didn't want to work as a nurse or a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer. I didn't want to do any of that stuff. It wasn't my passion. And every time I would say my passion over and over again, people would be like, that is so unrealistic. That's freaking nuts. It's crazy. How could you ever think that? I started to realize that my dreams were going to take a lot longer than I expected. I think I was sitting at 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers after a year, and I was embarrassed, and I would always lie and say that I was making money, and I always would say, oh yeah, I'm doing great, I'm growing so fast, and it wasn't true. But I wanted everyone to just leave me alone. I was still living at home. I think I was 19 at the time, and I was very much upset with the way things were going. And little did I know I was gonna be living there for like another 3 years before I moved out. But it was hard. It was very hard. And I didn't understand why nobody was subscribing. I actually had zero self-awareness at all. I didn't realize that I wasn't deserving of anything back then because I wasn't really trying that hard to be good at what I was doing. I think a lot of people will resonate with this topic. I was having a lot of self-doubt, a lot of arguments with my mom. We would fight constantly, every day. How I was lazy, that I didn't want to work. I was really going through it. I would actually cry, wipe my tears, put on makeup and film, and then cry again. That was my life, truly. It was really, really hard. It's hard when somebody tells you that you're crazy for wanting what you want. Hell, I know a lot of people even watch YouTube and they think it's crazy to make money off YouTube. I get it. But everybody has a job, everybody does something. And sometimes there are things that people make a lot of money doing that are kind of weird and unconventional and not normal, and it is what it is. And I think that a lot of people maybe misconstrue YouTube success as lazy or not really working a real job. And in reality, it's a lot of work, it's hard. It's very fulfilling and fun, and I enjoy it heavily, but it's not an easy job, and it's not easy to get people to watch you, to like you, to enjoy you. I had to constantly convince everyone in my life that I was worth waiting to see what happens. I have 2 medical professional parents. It was like not really an option to not go to school, and I dropped out twice. I dropped out the year I went to cosmetology school, and then I went back last year. And I went back last year because it was either get out of my house or you go back to school. I had my bags packed. I honestly had nowhere to go. Truthfully, I had no money. I was making $100 a month from YouTube at the time. I had no money, but I didn't let anybody know that. You know, I always would have a brave face. It was really hard to make a decision. I think I ended up making the best decision ever, and it was to go back to school and stay home, because I knew that I needed my home to get me to where I needed to be. And I want to tell everyone who is watching this video right now, don't let your pride get in the way of having an easier time at doing things. I'm not saying in life to take the easy way out, ever. I didn't take the easy way out. But what I would say is, because I didn't have a huge amount of pride, I was able to create my channel the way it is today from home, go to school at the same time, save my money, and move out peacefully, gracefully, and comfortably. I didn't have to struggle to pay bills. I don't have to worry about money. You wouldn't be able to tell me that last year. I had my bags packed to live in a motel, literally. I was calling places to live in a motel, to have nothing. And obviously I was with Alex at the time, and I'm still with him, but he didn't have any money either. So it was just, we were totally screwed. January, I put out my most famous video yet on my channel, and it did not hit a single number. I think it had 600 views after a month, and I was like, damn it, this is my first video of self-care. Then it kind of just blew up in March, and ever since that video, my YouTube channel has been thriving. So self-care saved me. I want to talk about the importance of finding your niche on YouTube, because it's so important. YouTube is so overly saturated. It's filled with a lot of creators that do a lot of the same things, and self-care, I didn't invent it. There's a lot of self-care creators out there that I actually loved, and I decided this is what I actually care about. I found that I was censoring myself. I was censoring my YouTube videos. I would have such a face. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I just wouldn't talk about anything like normal. It was so bizarre. I had the weirdest face. I probably deleted half the videos because I was so embarrassed looking back at them. But before I started my YouTube channel, I deleted my Vine when Vine was still around. And I had a lot of bad behavior videos on my Vine of me just partying and hanging out and mouthing off and being myself. And I was worried that it would like hurt a brand or hurt myself if I was myself. I was always quote unquote the obnoxious one, the loud one. And I kept hearing that over the years, that I started to slowly make myself more quiet. So when I would talk on camera, I would be like, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's not me, it's not who I am. So I decided in January of 2019, I am going to be myself. I don't care if I'm obnoxious, I like it. Ever since that day, my life has changed. And I'm here talking to you guys about my YouTube journey and my financial journey. So let's talk about money. When I first made my crazy video that did amazing numbers, I didn't start seeing money until March. And I was seeing my views just go like this. It wasn't even like a gradual growth, it was a ridiculous growth. It was insane. And I knew things were gonna change. So in the month of, I believe, April, I made $200. The following month, I went from $200 to, I believe, $1,400 or $1,300. It was a big jump. And I kept jumping up until I hit about $3,000 a month. And I was like, holy crap, this is the most money I've ever seen in my bank account in a month. And I was so excited, and I was honestly planning my exit. I already felt like I was well overdue for moving out. I felt misunderstood. And I thought if I move out, things will be better. Not only for myself, but for my family and I. They did a lot for me and Alex. Alex moved in with us like the year after we started dating. He lived with us for 3 years, and I never want to take that away from my family because they did a lot for us. But if I were to discuss my relationship with them, it wouldn't be positive things because I was so depressed and so anxious. Every time I would throw on my silver wig, put on my makeup, I pedaled through. I made like 3 videos a week. I was just trying my hardest to just get out of there and to change my life because it was my dream to change my life. That is more of my dream than anything else. I wasn't trying to prove anyone wrong. I was just trying to prove myself right. And what I always knew I wanted and needed and deserved is what I have now. So back to money. I was making about $3,000 a month and I realized, okay, like that's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money to live comfortably in New Jersey where I want to live, have a 2-bedroom apartment, one for me for sleeping and one for me for filming. Hence this room right here. The rent in Jersey is around $2,000 to like $2,600 in the area I live for like a 2-bedroom. And I want to live comfortably. Like I want to be able to buy furniture. I want to be able to do whatever I want. That's just how I am. I like to live comfortably. So I was laying on my bed and I saw an email from a management company and I kind of opened it like, oh, blah, blah. Like, I didn't care because I got so many emails from management companies that were fake. Something that I want to teach you guys about YouTube is there are management companies that try to take your YouTube AdSense money. I didn't know of this. My good friend Aisha told me about this. She told me that a lot of management companies call you, tell you they want to work with you, and that they take 20% of your earnings. And I didn't want that because like I couldn't afford that, obviously. So I contacted back my management company who I have now, who I didn't have at the time, and said, you know, I'm interested in speaking with you, but I'm very hesitant about talking to you guys because I know what management companies do. So I hopped on a call with them about a few days later and they pretty much said, we don't take any of your earnings, we just want to work with you and make you some money. And my life has changed ever since. I give my managers a lot of credit because they took me from making a decent amount of money to making a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money doing self-care. I know a lot of other channels that get similar views to mine who make a little bit more money than me because they are monetized and I'm not. In a lot of my videos, I'm demonetized on like a good amount of my videos, and which means I don't have ads. So what I really pride myself on is my sponsorships. So every time you guys watch a sponsorship video, you guys are supporting me and I really appreciate that. My managers got me the sponsorships that I have today. Before I had management, I was doing sponsorships for $100 to $500 with a good amount of subscribers. That was all I was ever offered, was $500 at most. All the companies that I work with now pay me between $3,000 to $7,000 for a video. It's only gonna go up from here the more I grow. So it's a good amount of money and I feel really happy that I can make a lot of money every month, every single month. So I essentially tripled my income with management every month. I thank my managers for that, obviously. Especially as a Black creator, it's hard to get sponsorships alone, or you get lowballed with price points when you're representing yourself, and no more. No more. When I moved out of my home, I had about $15,000 in my bank account. That might not seem like a lot to you guys, but I never saved my money ever, ever. I spent every dollar I ever made my whole life. So when I moved out, I had $15,000, it was a lot of money. So I paid my rent, I bought some furniture, I obviously paid my bills, you know, and little things here and there, getting TV mounted and all these little things that you don't realize you have to do. And I might do a full video on the cost of living in an apartment and things like that and everything you have to pay for if you guys want a full video on that. And I'm looking out and you guys don't understand, like, me and Alex drove through here every single day. This is the exact apartment that we live in. We drove through here every single day when we lived with my parents and just imagined our life here. And like, it may not seem like a lot to some people, and I don't really give a shit because it's a lot to me, and I'm so grateful. And like, I know my life's gonna get even bigger and better, and I can't wait for you guys to be along with me for the journey, but I want you guys to know I'm so appreciative of you guys, and it wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you.